Welcome back. It is not always the easiest subjects to talk about, but it is one of the most important.
Yeah, when it comes time to celebrate and honor the life of a loved one after they have passed away, do you know where to turn to make sure it's done how you and your family would like? Well, let us introduce you to Mullins Memorial.
Planning a funeral can be a complicated process, and it even can be more difficult with the emotional stress that comes with the death of a loved one. Fortunately, arrangements can be made ahead of time and with the help of Shannon Mullins here from Mullins Memorial. So great to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about cremation today, and nowadays are more people choosing cremation over the traditional burial?
The national rate of cremation is on the rise. I would say currently the national rate is approximately 48% of families are choosing cremation. Locally, here in Lee County specific, we're probably closer to about the 80%, 85% mark.
Why is that?
I think number one is expense as well. There's less cemetery options here locally than up north. A lot of families are just wanting something a little more simple without the elaborateness as well as, again, the expense.
What are the different aspects when it comes to cremation?
Well, we offer cremation in three aspects here at Mullins Memorial. Aspect number one is what we call basic, simple, or direct cremation, where there's no viewing of the loved one. That's option one. Option number two is what we call an identification viewing cremation, where we do not do the embalming operation, but we do bathe, topically disinfect, and dress the deceased and present them in a peaceful, dignified manner to their family only. And that time period is approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Just gives them a time to say goodbye. Option number three is what we call traditional cremation. And that's where we do everything that we would normally do for a traditional burial if there is no restrictions on who can view or a time frame. There is no restrictions on the time frame for that viewing. We use our rental casket. And I would say from a standpoint of misconception, many folks have the misconception that cremation, if they're choosing cremation, that there is no time for a viewing, and that's absolutely not the case, that we can still do everything that we would normally do for a traditional cremation, but again, instead of going to the cemetery, we conduct the cremation.
I hear a lot of people say, you know, when I die and I'm getting cremated, I'm going to have my ashes spread into the ocean or across a mountain. What actually happens to the ashes, or what can you do with the ashes once that happens?
The possibilities are limitless, really. There's so many different aspects. A lot of folks want to have the jewelry pendants with a small portion of their loved one's ashes where they wear them in the necklace. We also offer hand-blown glass works of art where the ashes are sprinkled in as the work of art is being created. A lot of folks, of course, being here where we're at in Southwest Florida, they like to spread the ashes in the Gulf of Mexico. That's always an option. And still other folks choose to divide the ashes in many different ways. And let's see, the last gentleman that I assisted him when his wife passed away, his wife was going to Sturgis, she was going to Daytona, amongst another number of other places. Key West might have been one of them.
Yeah.
He was going to be spreading her ashes.
Wow. So, I think you can get a little bit of peace with that, knowing that they're going to be spread somewhere where the person was doing something that they loved.
Absolutely. And the truth is, there's no wrong or right way to do it. It's really whatever you feel is appropriate. And the decisions that families make with regards to cremation, they're decisions that will help you sleep at night or keep you from sleeping at night. So it's important that whatever your choice is, that you have peace and comfort with that decision.
Speaking to peace and comfort, it is very comforting when you walk in the door. One of the first things I saw on the wall, remembering, celebrating, and honoring our loved ones. You guys are a family business. Talk to me a little bit about Mullins Memorial. Families helping families is what you guys really do.
That's it. It is my wife and I. We have a number of associates that we're very proud to have them as part of our family, but you truly deal with my wife and I throughout the entire process. There are other providers in the area that are publicly traded companies. That's a big difference between us and them, is that you will have a more personal experience with us. And we pride ourselves in just taking care of people. We know that if we take care of the folks that we're serving, that everything else will take care of itself.
We've got just about 30 seconds left here, Shannon. Is there anything else that you want to say about cremation, or anything else you want anybody to know?
I would just say that ultimately, choosing a final care provider to care for your loved one is a decision that I don't think folks should take lightly. And there's always an element of trust in our business, and it's important that whomever you choose, that you do trust them.
Shannon, thank you so much. It was great having you on this morning.
Thank you, Stephanie.
For more information on Mullins Memorial, you can always log on to our website. That's at fox4morningblend.com.
Again, I know it is not the easiest subject to
Yeah.
talk about, but maybe in the new year it is something at least worth to bring up with your family to make sure that everybody's on the same page and what they want, and
Yeah.
they will take good care of you.
I
They're-
love
they're
them
nice
too. The
people.
Mullins, yeah, Shannon and they're great.
Good family, good family. Well, again, kids are back to school, kind of back on the schedule, back on the routine, but it's always
Not
nice.
back in the routine.
I always compare it to, I don't, maybe I'm just weird, but I like getting a new toothbrush. Doesn't it feel nice
Really?
when you get a clean slate? You know, it's a
Tinsley
new
should
year.
be starting
it's
soon,
a
shouldn't
new...
Has she started yet?
What? Started with what?
Tinsley, school.
Oh, I know. Well, we actually are looking at